Hey there, guys! I'm Skylar Skytana, and welcome to a very late speed build of this is a Little Simsy's tiny shell challenge here that you can find on the gallery. She gave us this kind of little bit here, and I'm very behind in this because I started building it before I moved here to California. So the first little bit of it was me before we got to California, and then like the last half of it is gonna be excuse me, I'm having an Americano right now and it's not doing well for my voice. And the last half of me is going to be when I'm actually in California. So it took a little bit of time here to get this editing down. And hopefully I don't have to re-record this. This is my second time trying to do a voiceover of this stupid speed build. So it's basically like a tiny shell that she gave us. We can't move the walls like as normal. And I thought because of the last shell challenge, I did do a house. I thought that it would be kind of cool to try and do like a bakery hangout of sorts. So that's what I'm kind of doing right now. I placed this in the lot where one of those empty starter homes were in Brightchester. Or is that the name of it? I'm too lazy to look it up. I'm not a true fan because there needs to be more hangout spots for college kids, I think, in the actual game. There's not that many. I mean, there's the bar, and then there's the library, and then the commons for both respective schools, but that's about it. And I thought that it would be nice to have like a cute, quaint little bakery place where you could go and do some homework, buy some nice little cupcakes. I don't know. So you're going to see me actually kind of try and battle with some how I want it to look. I was kind of trying to do a little, I don't know, between rustic feeling and making it seem a little bit cooler for the kids, you know? I was trying to think about what kind of places that I would hang out in what am I talking? This is like almost a year since I've been out of college, when I used to go to college. So I have decided to do like the bottom floor is just gonna consist of a bathroom and the place where you buy your bakery items, and then the top one we have this little outside balcony area where you can sit and enjoy the sun while you enjoy your pastries. And I knew that I wanted to do a bakery, but I just didn't know where everything was going to fit. So I think I ended up putting the open kitchen for baking everything up on the second floor, and there's no wall or anything to keep them to keep it contained, so literally anyone could just walk up there and use it. But that's not my problem right now. I kind of I was not in a good kind of building space when I was doing this. As you could see, I'm going to be fighting so hard to try and find the style, the kind of feel that I wanted to do throughout this whole build. And I finally just kind of accepted some of the stuff that I did because I was getting a little tired and I didn't feel like building a lot more. So this first half, I was having the time of my life. I'm like, cool, I get to build a bakery. I've never done this before. This is going to be so awesome. I'm so excited. And then as soon as I got to California, I'm like, I'm so tired. I just want to get this done and over with, please. So, like, I'm trying to battle with the windows. This is where you can kind of start to see where the battle between the feeling and the feels of this build come together, because I couldn't decide on which windows I wanted. And that's like the most important part of a building, is making sure that your windows match with everything. I love the idea of having like those shuttered kind of barn looking doors. I love the idea of having those, but I just didn't know if it fit the actual feel of the inside that I wanted to do a little bit more. So I did a kind of combination of those windows and then the windows from Cats and Dogs. I love those kind of open ones because I want it to be very bright. I wanted it to be very bright and very inviting and cheerful in here. So this is me trying to like figure out how to make this bathroom work, because as soon as I saw that little corner piece, I knew that's where I wanted to stick the toilet. I don't know why, but you've seen toilets before where, it's kind of in an enclosed space for no reason. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. The bathroom actually ends up being my favorite room of this build because that's the only room that I got done before my move to California. That's probably why. But later on, we're going to see, like, because I have this whole idea going in my mind where I wanted like a cute little patio space outside with a bunch of trees and plants and places for you to sit, and bike racks. I figured out how to make a bike rack, kind of. So it's a step in the right direction for me. But like everything in life, it didn't go as according to my plan. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out, because I knew that I also wanted to play with those roof shapes, because I don't play with roof shapes a lot. I love the idea of like doing the little swoop that the front one has, but I also really want to try to use the top one too. I don't know if there's a word that you can use with that that'll describe what I'm trying to say, but I can't think of it right now, so I'm just using swoop and ear. And I hope that you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm kind of scared to start talking about how things have been for me since the move to California, mainly because every time that I do, either my recording stops, something goes wrong, or the universe is just telling me, hey, no one wants to know. But here I go. It's been fun so far. It's been an experience. I did so much moving around in the past year. I spent 6 months in Texas, and now we're going to spend another 6 months in California. And I just never thought that I'd do as much moving around as I have. I've never thought in my whole entire life that I would never have made it here to California. Like, I knew that it's horribly pricey to live here, which I can see now. I don't want to say how much we're paying for this apartment because I don't want to think it's a real number. But because of that, and because of like the crowdedness of it, I guess, I kind of didn't want to try to live out here. But now that I have I have a chance to, I'm glad that we have the chance to. Because it's not, the place that we're at right now is not a crowded, busy place. It's busy, of course, because it's like a major town, but not as major as around the Los Angeles area. We live about 2.5 hours without the traffic away from Los Angeles. When we went to Long Beach 2 weekends ago, it took us 3.5, 4 hours because there was a crash on the road that we were taking, and it was only one lane, and it just wasn't moving, and it was a stop and go, and I'm like, this is stupid. But I'm glad that this is a good area where we're at right now. It's a very nice area. It's kind of on the coast a little bit, so we get the mountains to one side and then the ocean on the other. And it's just a really beautiful backdrop, or it has been a really beautiful backdrop so far. So right now I'm going to pause on my story because we're doing the bathroom. As you could see, I did like a cute little thing I'm doing a cute little thing with the flowers on the back of the toilet. I love putting things on toilets. Like on the back of those are that's some unused shelf space that you could do so much with. I love putting candles on the backs of toilets because that's what I kind of did at my other apartment. I just have a candle sitting there because I didn't know what else to do with it. Even though we're not supposed to have candles burning, so I never burn it. It's just there. But I think it looks really cute, especially like the pop of color in that white room. That looks so nice. So that's the one room of this whole entire build that I enjoy. a lot. And then that wall looked kind of boring. I'm like, you know what? This is a cute place. Cute places have posters and stuff on the wall. So I slapped up that poster of like the cinnamon rolls. I was trying to use a lot more of like the wall decor that you don't usually use, like the wall stickers. I think I end up using that cake one that you never use because they just don't look good. But I tried to use a lot more stuff that I don't get to use because I haven't. The one time I tried to make like a bake, when Get to Work first came out, way back then, I had built a retail store that sold women's clothing on the first floor. And then on the floor above, it was a full on bakery cafe. And it was such a bad idea. It was like my old building style. It was a box, not a fancy box, it was a box. And so it was just not good. But I was just playing around with it. I was just trying to, like, getting to know that area of play. And I don't get to play around with the retail system that much anymore. That's not something that, like, it's one of those things where you play with it once just to kind of try it, and then you don't go back to it again. Kind of like how people are saying how the vampire system is. And I kind of agree with that, even though I love Occult and I love that they gave us vampires and they gave vampires that like power tree. That was a really good move on them. The way that they do that, it's kind of like once you play it once, you've played it as many times as you need, kind of, and that's kind of the same with running your retail business or your vet clinic. It's just a bunch of mini games where you try to figure out what's wrong with this cat and or dog, or you talk to the customers and try to get them to buy things. And it's just not really like, it doesn't have a high repeatability, a high, what's that word? See, that could be an ASMR channel. Wasn't that nice? Iced Americano. I hate that. Anyway, I am so tired from just having to deal with such a rush of life. It's just killing my brain cells. I really need to start reading a lot more dictionary books because my vocabulary is slowly declining so bad. So I'm kind of playing around with, trying to play with all this open, quote unquote, open space, like all these areas that are kind of empty. I'm trying to make it look a lot more cozy and like people would actually want to hang out in here. And I think those lights actually helped. It fits with the wallpaper and it makes it look really cute. But you see what I'm saying, how I like just kind of plop the kitchen right down in the middle and literally anyone can just walk up there. But I like to think that that's because it gives the people the chance to watch the bakers bake and frosting their cupcakes and do all that fun stuff, and it gives them the chance to talk to them and like get to know them better. It's one of those type of places where only 3 people work there because it's a mom and pop store and they only hire like 1 or 2 college kids, but it's like a family, that's the kind of feel that I was trying to go with this. I think that I want to try to pick this up again, try and make it look a little bit better, because I'm not proud of how it looks right now. I tried my best with how I was feeling. Like I said, this part is when I got to California, and did I have a desk at this point? I think we just bought the desk. So I was finally able to start building because it's really hard to build when your desk is your lap. It just doesn't make it feel nice. So I was just really sad and tired and just tired of moving. And so I wasn't really in a good mindset to finish off this build. And if I want to, I actually want to try playing with it. I didn't play test any of this, by the way. So it, I don't know if any of the stuff is, you're able to get to any of the stuff, but as long as it looks cute and okay, then that's right, okay, right? But I want to try and make it look a little bit more like what I was picturing in my mind. I think I just got confused with the kind of feel that I was going for. Because I just put down that little table and that wicker chair just to like show, okay, I can have something there like that, like a little seating area, that'd be okay. But I end up using that table and those chairs for the whole thing, even though I was kind of looking for like a little more fancy chairs, like more comfy chairs and a nicer table. That's just the one that kind of fit with what was going on with the vibe at the time. And like right now, I wanted something on that wall because like that's a perfect spot for painting, but I couldn't find the painting or the picture that looked like it belonged. And this was kind of like where I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm building. I don't know what this is supposed to be. So yeah, I think this is about where it starts to go downhill because I just plopped that painting down. I'm like, it's yellow, everything else is yellow in here. That's good, right? Although this rug that I put in front of the door, I really like that rug. I love the little foot mats that we have from, I think that was the Seasons one. That's a really cute one, and I use it all the time. Like in my other shell build challenge, I think I had that, except it had like a bunch of flowers because they were painters and gardeners. So it fit them and it looked really pretty. And right now I'm just sizing down those potted plants because I didn't like the small plants that we had that would go on there, and plus they're not slotted on the actual table. So in theory, your Sims should be able to use that table because it's not technically slotted in. Now, can they actually sit there under those stairs? I don't know. I haven't play tested it. Can they actually go through the door and or pay for their goodies under those stairs? I think that's the one that's going to be okay because it's at that threshold of like height where I think it'll be okay. But we'll see. So kind of going back to life now. I did my first stream, heyo, the other day. It was on Sunday, which is what I think I'm going to be doing because we're doing my schedule, my update schedule on here. I'm sticking with the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I might drop the Friday or the Wednesday if I get busy and or I don't have a quiet space to record. And I want to try to stream at least once a week now. Sunday might be the good one because Saturday is hopefully when I get all my videos recorded when I need them to, so I'll get like caught up then, and then Sunday will be like my hangout day. So you can find me on twitch.tv/Skytana the Great. It's my name and then the Great afterwards. Because that's my gamer tag for everything. Because I am great. Great. I literally hate, I can hear the echoes in this room and it's so bad. But I have to have this turned up. Or else it won't sound loud, if that makes sense. Because this audio interface that I'm using to have my microphone in, the way that it records when it's like at perfect medium, I don't know, between like the sounds for like, because it's meant for using it for like recording music. So guitars, pianos, drums, those sort of things. So having it like right in the middle where it's going to sound perfect and less echoey and less like catchy, it means that it's going to sound a little bit more quiet with the voice. And that's something that I don't want. What I used to do before I found the USB plug to plug it into my computer was record my audio onto my SD card and then put the SD card into my computer, take the audio off of the SD card, put it into Audacity, hike that volume up by a lot of levels, and then sync my audio recording with my visual recording. I did it like old school. And I bet if you like look back at some of my older videos, you'll see that there might be like a tiny like half-second delay on either one, but I tried so hard. I tried literally so hard to not have that be able to be seen, because it bugs me when it happens to other people, and so I'd assume that it'd bug other people too. So right now I'm just kind of, this is when I was like, I just want to be done. So this is me building the patio space that I wanted. I did a little bit of like sprucing up the place there with some flowers, and this is me just checking out the trees. I do this all the time where I want the trees to look like they belong there, so I zoom out and check the trees with each other, and I found out, okay, this is the tree that will go here. So I'm just plopping down random landscaping because I want it to look pretty and full still, but I was tired. I was really tired. I'm like, I don't want to keep building this build anymore. I've been sitting on it for months. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out what makes it look good, I guess. I like try to go along with these hedges, but then I think I end up taking them away. I can't remember, but I know that I do flowers for some of them. Yeah, I take them away. So like with this recording, I had to wait to finish it when I got to California. I finished it actually, I think a few days ago. And like I said, I tried recording this voiceover once before, but it decided to kaput on me and say it was recording, but it didn't catch anything. So that was fun. So this is my second time trying to do this voiceover of this stupid build. This build will not leave me alone. I just want to go back to building some nice apartments, please. But right now, this is me trying to figure out how to build a bike rack. And then I remember these things that we put in the walls. I completely forgot that you can size things down, so they're going to stay that big. But you know what? It looks all right. Just placing them down was kind of funky because they don't slot like normal items because they're supposed to be on the wall. So they're a little off. They're kind of doing like a little whoop line going off. You're going to see me try to fix it, but yeah, look at that. That's like horrible. I'm like, I can't keep that. What we end up with, like you could tell it's kind of going whoop, but like, yeah, I was so tired. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm done. So this is kind of like the outdoor seating that we had. This part actually was what I was thinking. Like, it looks as nice as I wanted it to, because having like a patio umbrella space like that to do your homework and eat pastries, that was something that I wanted to do. And instead of like encasing it around a fence, I just put like flowers everywhere, because it's like you want your bakery to be inviting to people. You want to make it look pretty. And so I tried to make it look as pretty as I could with being as done as I was. So we're kind of getting to the end of the video here. I am going to sign off as we do this terrain paint a little bit. If you enjoyed, please let me know by hitting that like button down below. Subscribe for more Sims content and me rambling, and maybe some other games. We'll see. Ring-a-ling that bell so you know when I will be uploading, and go ahead and like me on that Twitch channel too, because I will start doing that again soon. But anyway, guys, I'll be seeing you in a few days here. Thanks so much for watching, And I hope you enjoyed. Have a wonderful rest of your day.